The Stafford Speedway weekly highlights are presented by GAF Roofing.
As they come down in the first feature event of the night is Green and racing to the bottom of turn one.
Marvin Minkler brings the field into turn number one, has Jeff Aslan in his outside lane in car number 7. Aslan slides up the racetrack. Inside lane will advance. Here comes Sean Petlock to the bottom to challenge for second, challenging for the top spot, and all for naught as the yellow flag comes out for the Pease 51 car.
Car number 51 goes around, and that is going to tighten things back up. Garrett Pease, at the time of the spin, was running back in the 17th position.
Marvin Minkler led the opening lap in car number 71. Does not get the jump here on the restart, though, as Sean Petlock will go to the point. By the time they get to turn number 1, Minkler will fade to 4th, maybe 5th. Travis Downey has it wound up in the outside lane, and now Petlock off the pace and slow on the back straightaway. He had a bit of a bobble. That car comes back up to speed, but now Raymond goes to the point.
Travis Downey at the stripe has moved into third.
Yeah, Downey wanting to get toward the front and get gone, and now the trouble behind them, and Haidar nearly becomes involved. He'll make contact, and Trott might have got a piece of it as well. He pulls away off turn 2. At least 5 cars come together up in turn number 2.
Stringing it out is Jason Raymond. Downey is there. Here comes Jason Lafayette.
And Burt Willett, who drives in deep and spins in the face of a majority of the field in turn number 4. Everybody goes to the outside to avoid.
Meanwhile, Lafayette is hoping that one of the two of them will slip up. Here comes Downey, the slip up, and here comes Lafayette. He'll try to move down low. Travis Downey becomes the leader, 16 laps up on the board. Jason Lafayette moves into second.
2 laps to go for Travis Downey.
Tyler Trott now on the outside lane. He's sideways. Car number 80 goes spinning like a top. That is the guy who's running up front in contention in the point standings. Off turn number 4, back to the stripe they come. Travis Downey is back in winning form here at Stafford. Jason Lafayette to finish in second. Jason Raymond is third. They come off the turn, and Patno goes from the outside to the inside and right down there with him and challenging.
Devin Jensick in car 23 jammed that car to the bottom of the racetrack after Gary went to the bottom here on the front straightaway. Devin is right there in second and challenging perhaps for the race lead in turn number 3, coming to 5 laps to go. Matt Winter getting shuffled up the racetrack in turn 4. He'll lose a couple spots into 74 as the battle for the lead is on.
It certainly is, side by side, wheel to wheel. A pair of Jensicks in the front row. Can't lose for the family Jensick as they make their presence known. Inside, Devin Jensick, Connor Jensick in the battle of their career. Off the turn, brand new leader, Devin Jensick. Off turn number 4, the older brother shows his muscle and shows his younger brother how to get the job done. Devin Jensick to take down the win. Connor Jensick in for second. Good run again for R.J. Serdell to finish in third.
Look for the green flag, this time led by Paul LaRoute as he brings the field into turn number 1 for the first time.
Down into turn number 1, great start. Paul LaRoute up on the wheel and up on the gas, down the back straightaway. Supreme Industries looking supreme at the front of this field. While that is happening, it works to the advantage of Paul LaRoute. He is starting to string it out at the front of the field.
Trouble back straightaway. Ron Mitford Jr. will go for a spin. Had a little bit of help.
Gone down into turn number 1. Paul LaRoute with the advantage. Trouble
now.
A couple
of cars and a bunch of cars go into the turn 1 wall, and Megan Fuller being one of them. Karsten Cole. Charlan cuts to the bottom, or tries to, in car number 1 on Amanda West, who breaks loose in turn number 1. They're going to stack up behind her. West saves the car, but others become collected further back.
Wow, we've got the second melee of this event.
Bit more even with the Route getting the advantage as they go back to turn number 1. Morrison drives it deep into the corner, outside lane. High side momentum, high side speed, and Morrison goes to the front of the field.
First is car number 35 for Josh Morrison.
Morrison now under attack for the race lead. Here comes Tyler Chapman in car 41. Morrison slides up the racetrack in turn 1, gives Chapman room to the bottom. Morrison a bit stronger though, has that high side momentum up the back straightaway, but don't think that's going to be enough, Ben, by the time they get to 3.
You are exactly right, but when they come off the turn, they are evenly matched. It is still Morrison at the line, 15 laps of 20. Morrison continues to work his magic in the upper groove. He will sink it in at a ton down into turn number 3. Josh Morrison shows that his credentials have come into play when you can run with Tyler Chapman to the outside lap after lap.
Had a second place finish here a couple of weeks ago for Josh Morrison, his best run in this division. Wanting that first win so bad, but Tyler Chapman wanting to extend his point lead here tonight on the bottom in car 41. Morrison staying right with him for the 3rd time by. They are locked side by side with just a couple laps to go.
There's no question about it. The magic is still on at the front of this field. Here comes Nick Hovey. He's all over the number 29 of Chris Matthews. But a brand new leader emerges off turn number 4. Tyler Chapman is moved to the front of the class. Keep your eyes on the 3rd, 4th, and 5th position. Off turn number 4, back to the stripe they come. Tyler Chapman will take down the win. Josh Morrison in for 2nd. Chris Matthews for 3rd. Green is out, and it is Flannery who leads the charge to the bottom of turn number 1. Up on the wheel in the outside lane. Tyler Hines down the back straightaway. Plenty of giddy up there, Kyle, as it appears that Tyler Hines will have a slight advantage when they come off turn 4.
We'll lead off of turn number 4. We'll lead lap number 1. Flannery in the 2nd spot. Owen in 2nd now, building a run in the outside lane. Challenging for the race lead. Here he comes to the inside of the racetrack. Built that run and will capitalize on it at the other end of the speedway. New race leader, Todd Owen, goes to the point.
Todd Owen in 3 laps has become the 2nd different leader of the event. Meanwhile, we've got a spin.
About 4 cars go up and into the outside safer wall, including Corey DiMatteo in car number 11. Looks like 76 of Beers, 14 of Chapman, and the 16 of Dylan Kopech. All caught up in the incident. Wesley Prucker also limping along on the bottom of the racetrack in car 23. He stays right with race leader Todd Owen and tries to cut in front of Anthony Flannery, who's been kicked back to the 3rd spot. Marcello Refrano, 2nd car in line in the outside lane. And 4th, battle for the lead. Here they come off turn 4, side by side.
There's no question about it. Michael Jervis had it by inches at the start-finish line. Meanwhile, Owen settles back in the 2nd. But keep your eyes on the 2nd row of cars. That is Flannery to the inside, Marcello Refrano to the outside. While that's happening, Rocco is almost 3 wide, and with him comes David Arute with car number 75 and Michael Christopher.
Great racing at the front of the field off of turn number 2. Owen continues to show the way. Jarvis continues on the bottom of the racetrack in car 33. Flannery's got nowhere to go in 3rd. Here's Andrew Moeller to the inside of Marcello Refrano for 4th.
It appears that Marcello Refrano, he's just stuck in the outside lane. Well, now Marcello Refrano has worked his way into that 3rd position. Moving up on the inside. That's the battle. Oh, off the turn, hitting at a ton. Darting out of line.
Flannery off of turn number 4, gets the outside wall.
Talman has a problem. His car almost comes to a stop off the turn. Talman goes spinning like a top.
Man, had a
Now
tire
got a
right
tire
rear.
go down.
Andrew Moeller, good restart, goes to the inside.
Todd Owen trying to make it happen in the upper lane.
Comes Moeller for the lead.
Moeller puts the petty cash machine, rings up the register, and he becomes, well, not the leader, but pretty darn close, Kyle.
Off of turn 2, and it's going to be by a car length for Andrew Moeller, who leads up the back straightaway. Outside lane, Michael Jarvis Jr., then Todd Owen in third. Here comes David Arute, quietly making his way to the front.
Andrew Moeller, the point leader, is the man to watch. Look at Michael Christopher for second. Deep down, low, off the turn. Moeller brings him back to the line, but second is where the action is. And Michael Christopher Jr. will move into second. Michael Jarvis will finish in third.
And they come off turn 4, the Paradiso Insurance 50 for the late models. Go under the green flag. Tracy Perrier waves it from the starter stand, and Alexandra Fern brings the field of starters to turn 1 for the first of 50 laps. And Andrew Duran, already out of shape mid-pack, gets it gathered up, but will lose a couple spots.
3 wide they are in that battle at the bottom of the top 10. Duran, something's happened with him. He's evil.
Caution flag will come out.
First caution of the event comes out on lap number 12. Perhaps the heartbreaker of the night is car number 9. It appears that Adam Gray has just enough.
Trouble back straightaway. Tom Fern goes around, and Andrew Duran gets the outside wall. Butler spins to the inside, as does Verrecchio and Gamba Corda.
Wow.
So both of the point leaders, again, involved in an incident together for a second consecutive week, but both are able to pull away.
Gamba Corda pulls away. Butler gets it fired back up. Could be the position of choice here at Stafford. Let's see if that myth comes into play.
Outside lane goes. Adam Gray gets the jump and takes the top spot by the time they get to turn 1. Alex Fern trying to battle back in car 12. White flag, 1 lap to go for Adam Gray.
Final circuit, we've got a caution.
We thought it was over, and it's not. Verrecchio goes around in turn 2. That's the way they'll restart. Here they come. Off of the corner, green flag is up. 2 laps to settle it. And Alex Fern now tries to get the jump on the restart in the outside lane. She had about a half a car length going into turn 1, but Adam Gray battles back to the bottom. Top 2 looking to pull away. Alex Fern not giving up in the outside lane. Drives it in deep, coming to the white flag. 1 lap to go. Tom Butler spins in turn 4, tags the outside safer wall. Alex Fern leads at the line on the white flag. Caution comes out.
So Tom Butler goes up the hill in what was shaping up to be one of the most competitive finishes in the history of our late model division. Will it pay off? Green flag is out. Alex takes it in deep at the bottom of the racetrack. Alexandra Fern out in front. She pulls away by a car length and a half.
Daryl Keene closing back, looking for another win here in 2024.
Off the turn, Alexandra Fern is heading to the winner's circle. She's done it here at Stafford, and she's earned every circuit and every lap